Tim Black.
Black American delineation has nothing to do with anti-African, anti-Caribbean, or anti-other Black nations. It's about preserving culture,
Yeah.
preserving inheritance,
Yep.
setting aside a particular group so that they are not forgotten. They don't want their ancestors, the sacrifice of their ancestors. They don't want the sacrifice of their people to be forgotten. You say that they don't have culture. You say that they don't have identity. And when they decide to set themselves apart, you say that they shouldn't. And no other culture is expected to absorb everybody else except Black Americans.
Yep.
You don't go to Jamaica and say, you got to accept us as Jamaican. You don't go to Haiti and say, you got to accept us as Haitian. Everybody else can have their identity. But when it comes to Black Americans wanting to set themselves apart, you say, oh no, you guys you're xenophobic, you're Zionists. No, stop gaslighting them. Are there some extremists? Yes. But that doesn't represent the whole group. It's important that this group is set aside because they do have an inheritance. They have a special tie to this land and a special history to this land, and they deserve that observation.
And I appreciate this clip from my brothers from Reset Race, Actify Press. It was a great clip, and the young lady in the clip. Well put, sister, well put. You know, when she said, don't let them gaslight us. Stop gaslighting Black people. Black people, stop gaslighting yourself into acting, into believing that they don't understand. They get it. You know, it gets to a certain point with these trolls that they'll have you questioning reality like you'll say, maybe they don't understand. Let me continue to explain myself. But they got it the first time. Fam, they just want our resources. They want our resources. They want, there's something that Black people have in America that nobody else will have. It's our history. It's our struggle. It's our unique positioning, being here in the country as long as we've been here, as long as this has been a country before this was a country. You know, it's the fabric of the country itself. It's mixed in with Black people. And that's the currency. And I look at it like they want whatever resources, whatever benefits that may come to Black people, they want some of it. That's all it is. That's it. That's all. Forget it. Bam, boom, bye. And when they say, they use this analogy, when I'm in the car and the cops see me, they don't know. Hey, let's cut the shit. When I talk about Black people being messed with cops, let's not act like that happens every 2 seconds of every day to everyone and all the time. It's sort of like you're conflating that, you're over dramatizing it. Okay? Philando Castile was pulled over like 100 times. Have you been Philando Castile? Probably not. This idea that you're going to use that as to say, we don't get to have a culture, and if we don't let you in because Roland's friend, Greg Carr, said that we need to all do this, and I remember this scripture, and I remember the time Malcolm X said we need to work together. Well, you know what, they shot Malcolm X to death. What was it? 60 years ago? Things have changed. Okay, things have changed. I understand the philosophy. That was a different time. There's been a lot of changes with legislation and where this country has gone since Malcolm X was here. And we're coming down to the end of Black America, man. We don't have time to play games. These people understand. And that's why, man, I make comments. It's like, you know what, man, as much as people don't like hearing it, they don't like hearing it, man. Black America, white America, we have a close relationship, and we always will. It was only until a couple years ago I truly understood how so many folks have really gravitated to our culture. We're a part of America, and America's a part of us. And I take exception with people that say that's a wrong way to look at Black America. We are here. This is our country, the only country we've ever known. I think it's crazy to say we shouldn't embrace that which is ours. That's just crazy, man. You know? Our people put too much time into this country to not be able to have a claim to our own shit. People that come to America from other countries, like my Nigerian brothers, my Ghana brothers, my Congolese brothers and sisters, man, they're the top percent. They're the top 10% of those people in those countries. And then you come here and you start talking shit to the average Black American. But you put the average Black American, you stack them up against the average Congolese or Nigerian. And I did a video, a deep dive about the differences in those countries and our country. You'll really get more of an understanding as to why. I actually put this video out back on May 4th, 2025. And I start off here with the thumbnail, which is Black Americans versus Nigerian Americans. And the numbers you see here are the median household incomes. Black American median household income, 52,000. Nigerian, 9,000. We go Black Bahamians. They have a per capita income of about 31,000 to our 52,000. Black Britons, 30,000 to 52,000. Black Canadians, 29,000. Median household income to our 52,000. Black South Africans, 7,000 median household income to our 52. We have Jamaicans with 5,600. We have Black France, 20,000, and Black Brazilians with 27,000 to 44,000. I don't know why that fluctuates, but that's what the numbers said. And other African and Caribbean populations generally are below 10,000 per capita. There are a few exceptions like Botswana or Barbados, but mostly speaking, that's what you have. Get it now? They need to be a little more humble when it comes to this. When I looked at the demographics of Nigerians' population in Nigeria, not the ones who can spend the money to come here. That's a special few. I'm talking about back there. It would be like if you judge a group by the ones that went to Harvard. You don't look at the ones that live in the trailer park. You ain't really looking at the group, are you? And that's sort of what they do when they do like the numbers. And I got a bunch of people saying, well, why aren't you doing as well? Why aren't you doing as well as Somalians? Yeah, go where the Somalians from? What country they from? Let's go there and look at their numbers. How they doing over there? Not the ones that come over here. I'm talking about the ones over there. Because the ones that get to come over here, it ain't just everybody. They don't pick the guy who lives on the streets, who gets a meal every other day and wash his ass twice a week, if you're lucky. He not over here. He don't get to come to America. You understand what I'm saying? The truly impoverished folks don't get to come over here. The ones that lack education don't get to come over here. The ones whose parents don't have the monies. The same thing for my Indian folks. The caste system they got over there, oh, come on. They got a caste system over there in India. If you from these bottom castes, you don't get to come to America, fam. The Brahmin caste, that's the Vivek class. See, some people know some things, some people know no things. I know some things about a lot of things. And that I know because I know a brother who his father was a diplomat from India, from the Middle East. I forget exactly which country. His name was Dave Sadu. Dave gave me a very clear understanding of how things worked in this country and how they looked at Black Americans and how the caste system worked. Anyway, thank you, sister, for the video. Great video. Dope. I love to hear what you guys think about this in the comments section. Let's post a couple comments from the 10 Black Wolf Pack. What say you, fam? They know what they're doing. You don't have to explain all these people are human. They have an agenda.
The Tim Black Show streams Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wolfpack.